don't have to worry about your faces. And yes, first of all, welcome and thank you very much for joining. Why stick around in the end? We're gonna have a little winner here. So, what we're gonna explain in here is how to drop body fat while still eating the foods you love. So no restricting yourself. And yeah, how to build muscle without spending hours in the gym. So without living in the gym, for example, like I see most people do the same mistake that I used to do when I first started, spending 2 to 3 hours a day in the gym. But I was thinking that being to the gym and exercising, getting pumped, that's going to make me big or lose fat or no. It's definitely the nutrition, guys. So stick to the end. Special bonus for 2 people. We're gonna find out what it is later. A little bit about me. Obviously, most of you know me. It's 4 years coaching experience. 2 years was in a very private gym in Kingston. I used to privately train people. And then obviously I started doing one-to-one sessions in the gym, jumped online, still working in the gym, and obviously the goal is to go fully online and help people achieve the dream body. Self-employed coach for the last 2 years, athlete. What I try to give to my people is obviously the mindset and the discipline. And basically, this is what I do. I stay productive, mixed training. So even in the gym, I used to train like a bodybuilder, but now obviously it's a mixed training of a lot of cardio, for example, a lot of stamina, mobility workouts, strength, and explosiveness. Definitely, obviously, that helps me for my wrestling, which I achieved obviously to get 2 gold medals there. And obviously, everything that is designed and what I try to give to my people is kind of the same thing, helping them obviously with similar workouts. So not only they can burn fat, but also build muscle, increase the stamina, and basically be the best version of themselves, like feel good in their own skin, basically. My mission is obviously to help these people, as I said, without extreme diets. So you don't have to eat only chicken, broccoli, and rice on this, or live in the gym. So no burning outs, for example. And what I believe is that if you stick to a plan that fits around your schedule, it will last basically for a long time, right? But if you just follow like a little plan, for example, that is not easy for you with your work schedule because most of us here, I think we are desk people, so we sit in all day or most of the day. So yes, find something that's going to fit to your schedule so you can last longer. I'll give an example for Alexandra actually. I think this is one of the biggest examples that I have here. Is a busy mom, has 2 kids. After the second kid, she contacted me. She came herself and she said that she wants to lose weight. She fully trusted me. She saw my content. She saw my, obviously, all the transformations. She wanted to get involved. We had some small challenges, and you can take notes on these ones. 20K steps daily. And obviously, it wasn't only the 20K steps that she did, basically, that she lost, obviously, a lot of body fat percentage and increased, obviously, muscle mass with the gym. But it was me keeping her accountable and pushing her to do that. Because sometimes you do things by yourself, and when you don't have someone to check on you or no one really sees it, obviously it's most likely you're gonna give up, right? So that's why I give obviously in the plan accountability. Also, yeah, kept her accountable the whole time. She was doing actually more than 20K steps a day. She found a way. She lost 20 kilos. Well, more than 20 kilos. She actually lost like around 21 kilos from 100 to 79. She's still on the program. We haven't finished yet. We're still here with Alexandra. She left the call. I think her phone died or something. But yeah, she's doing amazing. She still follows the plan. She actually gained 2 kilos. She said in Christmas time, and she lost it back. So that's how it goes when you have that accountability and you have the full plan. She doesn't have to think about the workouts. She just has to do whatever is on the app that I give to her. Yusha, 25 years old.
Sorry to
25.
interrupt. That was
Yes.
great. They were well done, Alexandra, honestly.
Yes,
Very
amazing, honestly.
impressive.
Very impressive. And
Great.
you know what?
Yeah,
Because
really good
obviously
results.
I haven't really seen Alexandra for like face to face. I've been training her only online. I saw her randomly in Kingston. And it was obviously a shock. Like even she lost obviously. As you can see in the first picture, that's her first picture she sent to me. Imagine she trusted me, everything, and that's the first picture. So obviously you can tell like being confident with pictures as well. And then after, she can reveal her full body. So 100% yes, definitely. Joshua, 25 years old, and he was looking like this when he was 24 actually. And obviously he was strong. He is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter and wrestler as well. I met him in the wrestling club. So Sata, this is for you actually. He lost 20 kilograms in 12 weeks. Obviously, he combined his training as well, but he followed the good nutrition with me because he was eating takeaways. Like he's a strong guy, but obviously his nutrition was rubbish. So yes, after the cut that he did with me, he had a competition to achieve in of certain weight, which he won. He has a purple belt in BJJ. He's a busy, obviously, professional like everyone here. So 20 kilos fat loss, and also his strength also increased. So the more you weight sometimes, the stronger you are. But with Yasa was something different, honestly. The weight training that he did, he was actually stronger. He was lifting more, and he actually had less body fat on him. Definitely one of the best results here. And another one here, another man, swimming coach, Annie, even younger, 22 years old, looking like this. Not bad. And this is like a picture pumped as well. Thank you, Ibrahim. Pumped here. And then obviously, yes, lost some veins. You can see here, big arms, lost 15 kilos in 12 weeks. Very busy guy. What I want to say here in these pictures here, this is me, 2020, and this is me, 2024. So obviously a lot happened these years, but what I want to see is obviously not the results of me, is the background is basically the same gym. So is the consistency, guys. There's not a secret key or a secret nutrition that you need to follow. It's basically being dedicated to yourself and follow a plan that actually fits around your schedule. Follow a nutrition that you enjoy, and it's going to be because for personally, I've been eating the same morning, the same breakfast basically every morning for the last 3 to 4 years. Nothing has changed from my breakfast. It's two breakfasts, so oats with milk and frozen fruits, and then an omelette with eggs. That's it for the last couple of years. So it doesn't really mean that you have to follow a specific plan like chicken, broccoli, and rice. 100%. So if you feel like this, if you feel that you start strong sometimes, but you can't stay consistent, or feel guilty, and this is the most one that most people feel like feeling guilty after they eating food. So you're eating pizza, for example, and you still like regret, like, oh, I had like extra slice or something, or you don't know how much you should actually be eating, or you train, but the results obviously don't match the effort. So you think you're training hard, or you actually maybe you do train hard, but you see no difference after a month or two. Or you feel stuck, frustrated, and tired of starting again. Probably giving up and starting next Monday again because one weekend you went out drinking, you ate a takeaway, everything's going to be ruined. And then again from the beginning, you're probably going to give up the whole week, not only that day, instead of starting strong. And again, if you tried before, like for example, eating clean Monday to Friday and then giving up again, or cutting carbs or skipping meals, training hard for a few weeks and then that's it, losing weight, then gain it back. So if you tried all of these ones, then this is definitely for you. Another one, you probably feel like you know what to do, which another one, you have the confidence going to the gym now, you've been there for a long time, but you're not doing it consistently. You probably give up, start again for another 2 months, give up another 3 months and start again. And we blaming, it's easy to find excuses, right? So we blaming work, we blaming busy life. But Alexandra was working a full-time job with two kids. You know what I mean? Like, there's something worse than us, and she achieved losing 20 kilos in like a couple of weeks. So, 100%, there's no excuse when it comes to your health. And I'm not saying as before, like, leave to the gym, spend 3 hours there. In 45 minutes every single day, 5 times a week, let's say, you can achieve your dream body. Trust me. And with a good nutrition, full nutrition plan, you can definitely achieve these goals. It's not a big deal. Start showing on Monday, as I said, but by Thursday you won't get stressed, so hits and then everything slips, right? Most people do that. And then another thing that was shown actually was January, everyone had goals. Pretty much the 5th of January was the actual proper Monday to start with. by the ninth, 50% of the people actually gave up. So not even 9 days, it's 4 days basically. And I think this is the best example for it. So yes, you have tried diets, plans, challenges, which I do, for example. I do a lot of challenges, and I've seen people being so gassed up for the challenge, 14-day challenge, 1 week challenge, or even 4-day challenge that I ran. They were so gassed, they were so excited, starting the journey, having a plan, follow it with me. Obviously, Carmina actually won, and she's still consistent to it. But yeah, some people, after the challenge, not only I never hear from them, but they never actually continue going to the gym. They just fully give up. So don't go with your feelings and motivation because obviously excitement and motivation and everything else is going to fade away, right? Sometimes I don't feel like training and it's just part of my routine, right? I ate this morning, I took a shower this morning. I'll definitely go to the gym, today. Like it's part of your lifestyle. So that's why I try to give to people and help them with that. And also, deep down, you are wondering if six pack that everyone has is probably fully covered with a bit of a fat percentage doesn't even exist. It's not even real anymore for you. Trust me, it does. I've seen transformations that they have achieved the dream body. So yes, there is a chance for you to get a six pack or big arms, big chest, gain muscle and drop body fat. There is definitely not a key, but consistency is definitely going to give you that by following a plan. So 100%, nothing is impossible here. Right, mistake number one is that's where I'm going to go. Any questions before actually we start with the mistakes? Or anything that you want to add? For people that haven't been to the gym yet, for example, or if you go into the gym and you've seen something that you're going to mention here, or if you have any challenges right now that I can help you with, this is your chance to speak. I'll just give a couple of seconds here.
Yeah, I'm gonna start actually. I think the biggest challenge for me is actually because I've been going for quite a bit of time, to be
Hmm.
honest, to the gym. But I think sometimes, like this workshop, for example, it's actually very good to push you a bit forward and
Hmm.
actually motivate you in a different way than just going by yourself every day, listening to the same music and going back home and just repeating everything again. So yeah, I think the workshop actually provides quite good information for us, and it's a bit different than your day to day activities. So I think it's great. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you very much, honestly, Amina. I really appreciate that. And I think you are outside, as you said, right? So you're definitely doing your steps today. Is that right? Are you out at the moment? Are you walking?
Oh, sorry, I was on mute. Yes, I'm out. I'm just literally in the
Yes.
rain, so
I see, I see.
I really
Very
hope you
good.
can hear me. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I can. Perfect. Honestly, yes, I really appreciate that. So yeah, mistake number one actually that most people do is extreme diets. And yeah, this is the first mistake that I see people do, like keto, for example, no carbs, clean eating only, or it works short term. 100% it works, like cutting carbs, especially when it comes to competition. I've done it myself. I even like went to a competition myself and I have to be a certain weight and I was a kilo above and I had to in 40 minutes before the weigh in I had to lose 1 kilo of water. So no eating, no carbs, no nothing, losing as well water. I was feeling exhausted. So yes, it definitely works, but for how long? You're probably gonna feel sick and tired after this. So yes, that's number one mistake. You need to follow a good diet actually when it comes to that. Enjoyable. Mistake number two, focusing only on training. And the second mistake that I see, and I think people obviously most do in the gym, is that we fix about nutrition, right? And then obviously focusing only on training. So you can't put training first. Everything starts from nutrition again. So it's around, in my opinion, 80% nutrition and 20% the gym. If you start just with the nutrition, you're going to see amazing results. Plus, if you want to gain muscle and obviously confidence and being healthy just in general, because that's the point of the gym. Because we see a lot of influencers try to advertise some bodybuilding and looking good, but actually, are you really healthy? Because obviously, walking up the stairs, you're out of breath. So what we're trying to build here is good physique, of course. It's nice to have. It gives you confidence. But the point of the gym is definitely being healthy. So yes, extreme plans don't fail because you lack willpower. They fail because real life exists. Sometimes you get busy and focusing only on training is not helping. I used to work in an office job myself, and I used to see people straight away as breakfast eating biscuits and having coffee, and then going for a little 15-minute break for a cigarette. And then they talk to me, what should I change? So definitely start with habits first. Focus on training is good for your bones, of course, and health. But number one is definitely has to be nutrition. Copying friends or influencers, as I already mentioned, someone told you to try something, and yeah, maybe it worked for them, 100%. But maybe your colleague, for example, like your colleague of your work, yes, you have similar jobs, you sit in both of you most of the day, you probably share the snacks together, but have you got the same metabolism as them? Maybe they have it very faster than yours. Maybe yours is a bit slower. Maybe as soon as you eat a biscuit, you're probably going to gain a kilo, but them, they can eat like pizzas every day and they're not going to gain anything, for example. So don't copy what people say or what they do, especially when it comes to influencers. As I said, like it's a big thing, like TikTok is a big thing now right now. So don't try to see the full results. It took me around 10 years of achieving something, the body that I wanted. I started very skinny and obviously it took me time to get where I want. But people nowadays they want quick things. So mistake number three, I think this is the most important one. Four, no tracking, no awareness. So in the previous page, I don't know if I mentioned it was about MyFitnessPal, and I currently I download one app that you can pay like £40 a year. So obviously you can see it's really cheap for the whole month and a day. And you can actually scan your food, which I'm going to mention after, and I'm going to give it to everyone to the chat. You can actually scan your food, and again, it's not going to be accurate, it's going to be estimated. It's going to give you the carbs, calories, fats, and protein. So no tracking is definitely, you know, not helping your fitness journey. You definitely should count what you're eating. And I'm not saying every day try to be obsessed with it. Try for a month, try for 3 weeks maybe. And I promise you, by your eye, as soon as you see the chicken breast, for example, you will know exactly how much it would be because you're going to get used to tracking every day. After, you won't need the app. But yes, definitely I'm going to send that up after in the group chat. Number five, no accountability. As I said, Alexandra, yes, she did lose 20 kilos. Why did she lose 20 kilos though? Why did she come with me? Anyone can really go to the gym and do push-pull legs, for example, and then go back home. But instead of her going to the gym, just guessing what she's going to do, or spending time looking for her workouts, or not having challenges to, challenge herself, for example, with the steps, with the community RFC that we have, we have a whole group, shall we do challenges every 3 months or every month sometimes. So yes, it's definitely the accountability that kept her losing the weight and kept her, being dedicated to herself and respecting herself in the end of the day. So if you have no accountability right now and you don't have someone to push you, and I don't mean someone just someone, just telling you what to do, but someone that actually has experience in himself and he has that mindset, you need one of those people. So yes, accountability is a big role for you. And then what I'm gonna do now is the five mistakes that I showed. I'm gonna introduce the best fit. So the best fit is obviously what I've spoken before. So it's the 7 step, obviously, well, big fit steps that you need to use. So one of them is MyFitnessPal. And again, I'm going to share this one, but also I'm going to share the other one. You can scan the food. So MyFitnessPal that I used to use before is very simple because you can track how much water you even drink, your steps as well. You can actually connect it with your Apple Watch or any kind of watch you have. Obviously, calories, protein, everything. And as I'm going to mention later, protein is number one. So MyFitnessPal is definitely the step one that you need to start doing. Tracking your calories and what you're eating. Even if you eat biscuits, trust me, as soon as you put that there, because it's a UK app, so if you, let's say, shopping from Tesco's or Sainsbury's, it will know exactly how much protein that product has, or calories as well, or carbs, which is definitely going to help you. And again, not religiously, but yes, yeah, 100% is one of the best ones. So I highly recommend it as well. Step two, obviously here is the calorie control without restrictions. So we set a realistic calorie target here, not just obviously starvation or guessing, something that you can follow consistently. Sometimes people from the RFC actually come to me and they say, I'm trying something new, it's just I'm learning something sometimes from them, right? So they're telling me about this 12-8. I don't know if you guys heard that before. So you eat, obviously you wake up, you don't eat anything until 12 o'clock. So you go straight for brunch, I would say, so lunch kind of thing. And then you eat another snack maybe around 4 o'clock. And then the last meal is going to be 8, which is basically the same lunch, but in a dinner. So yeah, limited carbs, limited protein. I don't want you to do that. It's not going to last too long. You're probably going to do that for 3 weeks. You're going to lose weight. But what's the negative on that? You're probably going to lose vitamins, a lot of vitamin C, D, A that your body needs. Maybe you're trying to get iron from, things and nutritions that you're going to put, but restricting yourself in a time period. For example, I wake up 5 o'clock in the morning. If I starve myself until 12, like sometimes my lunch I feel is like 10 a.m. So you can do it, you can try things, but it's not going to last longer. And plus, if you follow a plan, because I always put, I come from countries like Mediterranean foods, so if you follow that plan with obviously tasty foods, you're most likely going to lose more weight and you're not going to feel starving. The number one thing that I would say that you need to do to lose weight is eating 80% of you being full. So stop eating when you're 100% full, that your stomach is about to bloat, right? Try to eat 70 to 80% of you being full, and trust me, add more steps in your program, and that's all you need to do. You're definitely going to lose weight. It's just going to take a bit longer, of course, but it's going to be in a healthy way. And that's what I'm trying to do, right? Being healthy. Step number 3, prioritize protein here. And again, using my fitness pal is basically protein, first of all, keeps you full. So if you're eating a lot of carbs, a lot of fats, you're probably going to feel starving again after a few hours or few minutes actually. After half an hour, maybe 45 minutes, you starve again. But protein, you hitting your daily targets. If you're a woman, for example, around 100 grams of protein. If you're a man, around 120 to 150 grams of protein daily. It depends what your goal is again. So yes, it protects muscles. When I first came to England and I started gym, I didn't know what even protein was. I thought only the protein powder existed, but no, protein actually recovers your muscles, shapes your physique, and this is non-negotiable, right? So definitely, I recommend protein first, and then when it comes to carbs, fats, then it's going to be the last ones. Step number 4, smart training. You don't have to spend 6 times a week, for example, in the gym to see your dream body. Even with 3 to 4 times sessions a week is more than enough, honestly. Minimum 3, I would say. Some people are trained one-to-one sessions and they come only 2 times a week or even once a week with me in the gym. And the rest time, so from 168 hours in a week, I train them 1 or 2. What do you do in the other 166 or 165 or whatever is remaining? Probably eating rubbish. Have no accountability when it comes to one-to-one sessions with me. Yes, we might do some boxing or we might do something fun, but after that, what do you really follow? When it comes to the online coaching now, I can create programs 5 times per week, 4 times per week, 3 times per week minimum. Obviously, it depends your feet and depends your schedule as well, which we can fit even to your lunch break, early mornings, or even later in the afternoon. So having a full accountability on someone, doing weekly check-ins with measurements, having progress pictures, fixing the nutrition every 6 weeks and adjust the plan every 6 weeks too is going to give you way more results than having a one-to-one coach, and is better in having time to go whenever you can with your schedule instead of booking an appointment with me. And plus, is more beneficial into your financials. It's way cheaper than having a one-to-one. Everyone knows one-to-one coaching nowadays is extremely, high when it comes to pay them. So that's why I created the online. So it's going to be affordable for everyone. And I don't want the financial to be a problem for anyone. But yes, 3 to 4 times minimum training. Lifestyle and cardio. When it comes to cardio, a lot of people do this mistake. They think this is a punishment and they need to kill themselves in the treadmill for 1 hour walking, maybe, which is good, of course, or running, or doing a lot of cardio with the rowing machines, a cross trainer, and step master, for example. You don't have to do it as a punishment. Especially, I get people saying like, "Oh, I've been out this weekend. I'm definitely going to push more this Monday." This shouldn't be a punishment, you know. Like your body, obviously, you need to listen to it. So when it comes to cardio, yes, definitely steps and movement, 100% is going to work. The basic activities. For example, I'm going to give the simplest example that you can definitely lose belly fat with this. When it comes to steps, and a lot of people saying, I don't have time to walk, and I'm already 1 hour in the gym, and I don't have time to add the extra 10, 15 minutes in the treadmill. And then maybe I go for a walk with my dog, but after I go home and there's nothing for me to do. Like I'm tired, this is nearly bedtime. I have my night routine. What do I do to add more steps in my day? When you're doing a workout, when you go to the gym for that hour, have you realized what exactly you're doing? Because when you're doing the lat pull downs, right? So you're doing the machine that you're sitting down, pull down machine. Obviously, you're sitting down, you're having a rest for 45 seconds or a minute, or maybe a minute and a half or two, maybe. If you just leave your things there and you go around to that machine and add a few more steps extra, definitely after 1 hour, every single machine that you're going to be there, 100% is going to add at least 1,000 steps daily, only from that. When it comes to the office job, take another 5 minutes break, go around, stretch, come back. So any kind of movement. But when it comes to steps, any like if you're doing bench press, if you're doing squats, if you're doing something, instead of sitting down, try to move around because every step counts. So yes, don't use cardio as punishment. Try and use it as actually, a win for you. Like try to like you should be happy by doing cardio, by moving and everything. And when it comes to cardio as well, don't stick to a 1 hour step master. Yes, you will lose fat, but you're gonna gain zero muscle from it. What you need to do is have some weights, have a little circuits, maybe some kettlebells, maybe some bags, maybe some medicine ball on the side. Do 2 to 3 or even 4 exercises at the same time, and that's going to build you muscle, lose unnecessary body fat, increase your stamina. Mobility is definitely going to come with it. So pretty much you get a full package in one go. And then after that, you can take a minute break. And again, add steps to it. Number 6, recovery and stress. So stress control, for example, which sometimes we do have that without, we cannot control it, right? So yes, when it comes to recovery though, you definitely can. Everyone loves sleep and everyone, try to stay up at night as well at the same time. But when it comes to the morning, we feel tired and exhausted. Especially if you don't train, you're gonna feel that even more. Spending too much time on the screen, especially blue light before you sleep, is the nightmare, honestly. Incline walk, it says here. Sorry guys, I'm doing live on my Instagram. Someone is asking incline walk versus stairmaster. I would say incline walk is number one for losing fat, but if you can do a combination, it will be perfect. So instead of losing like or wasting time of 45 minutes to one thing, you can do separate it to 20 and 20, and then 5 minutes in the end, you can do the stretches, for example. So you have extra time for yourself. So yeah, incline walk. And if you do an incline walk here, I would suggest to do that level 12 on an incline and speed 3. And the reason I say speed 3 and it's no higher than that, maximum I would say 4, is because going for a run, for example, you will burn more calories. Walking, you're going to burn more fat. Now, if you want to burn more calories, that's fine. But if you actually want to lose belly fat, which that's the main fat, and that's the last thing that is going to be removed from your body. You can lose from arms, you're going to lose from legs, and the last thing is going to be your tummy. 100% I will recommend incline for level 3 speed, definitely. But yes, poor sleep and high stress kills fat loss as well. Even muscle gain, I would say. Sometimes I sleep, only 5 hours and I go to work and I feel like I'm exhausted. I've been training all week. I should feel more energized, right? But again, no, I haven't slept, I haven't recovered properly. And when it comes to recovery and a rest day, it's two completely different things. Rest day is taking a rest from the gym, but you can still be active. Having a recovery though is actually eating properly, high amount of protein, and recover your muscles from any tornness. So yes, sleep is definitely gonna help you gain in that. And when you sleep actually is when you grow. So for muscle gain and fat loss, 100% is going to be the sleep. And number seven, as I mentioned the whole time here, is the accountability and adjustments. With my champions, what I do is weekly check-ins. Every week, I do send to the group chat check-in form. You have obviously some questions that you need to fill up, how that week went, any three challenges, any three wins that you had this week, anything that I did myself need to adjust, fix, or no. And when it comes not only accountability to training, but also to your life, if you have any plans on the weekend, if you're actually going to go out and drink, what you should be careful, what you should do, and when you come back after that, what you should do in the gym, for example. I had a obviously meeting with Petra. She's one of the champions. You probably know her from the challenges. And we make adjustments with everyone else. So I have every 6 weeks one-to-one meetings with them to speak about the plan. And every 6 weeks we adjust the nutrition plan, which is not a lot to adjust there because they love the food, they love what they're eating, they're still disciplined with it. It's just reducing the calories and the carbs, nothing else, no extremes. And the obviously body gets used to it. Weekly check-ins again. They send me progress pictures so I can see where they're at, measurements, how much water they probably drink, a lot of questions that I ask with the form. And then when it comes to accountability, that's the accountability and adjustments. But let's say someone is not really committed to the forms or he's not really committed to the training. I'll receive notifications if they did the workouts or not, or if they fill up the form or not. So we are in a group chat in a WhatsApp. So when it comes to finding you, like I have your personal number, right? Like we're gonna find you as a team. Like we're definitely gonna find you, ask you why you didn't fill up the form, why you didn't have a win, why you didn't go to the gym, something happened, obviously understand them 100%, but we are here to help. I'm not just giving PDF plans to someone and then wish them good luck and I'll see them in 6 months. We give a full app, a full service, and I'm trying to give a 5-star service to my clients, which again is going to be the weekly check-ins, a full app which they can send themselves nutrition and pictures, the plan obviously with the demo videos of myself. Then they can also connect Apple Watches and stuff so I can see how many steps they do in a day. So obviously I keep them accountable, they help me and I help them back. So yes, this is what makes it work in the long term. So if you're actually interested to join the plan, is a couple of options that you can do here actually. You can message me the word offer on Instagram and you have 24 hours. And for the people only that joined here, the workshop live, not on Instagram, but only these people here, only for you guys, you're gonna get 20% off. But you have obviously 24 hours for that. So if you message me the word offer on Instagram, then obviously you're gonna get a way better price for this one. So, three options that you can do here. Do absolutely nothing, carry on with your day. I've seen that a lot, like challenges I've done before. Obviously, this is my first workshop, so I hope everyone enjoyed it and you learned something out of it. Hopefully, you took notes. But again, everything is recorded and I'm going to post it to YouTube probably. Try this on your own, which is absolutely fine, or book a free call with me. And obviously, to do that, you have to message me the word offer on Instagram. And now I'm ready to take any questions from you guys. This is the end of the workshop. So if you have any questions related to this, I'm happy to help. Everyone's fine? Okay,
No
Bash.
questions really, just a bit of like feedback was really good, really motivational. So we really do appreciate that. Maybe not a question, but like for me, I do have a problem. So during the week, I try to eat really well.
Mhm.
My only issue is the weekends when I go out and see friends. I tend to eat really bad, and I don't know how to, even when I'm outside and not at home, how can I stay consistent in my healthy habits and stuff? I think it's just something that I really need to work on.
When you mean like you eating, for example, like outside, is it necessarily rubbish, or you just go to a restaurant and you just eat and
Yeah,
no?
everything outside pretty much like 90% is quite bad,
Hmm. Yeah.
So it's really difficult to find that 10%, but I guess that's just an ongoing challenge that I'm trying to
Yeah.
overcome.
I see. So if that's only on the weekends, instead of obviously you can go out and eat, if it's a good restaurant, of course, and it's not McDonald's, 100% you can eat it. But when it comes to on the weekend, that usually happens. So if you have time to go out and everything, right? Every Sunday, what you can do is for the whole week try to meal prep everything, right? So I'm not saying eat the same meals, of course, until Friday, but until Wednesday at least. And then Wednesday you can do that again for another 2 days. And then we can, like, for example, Saturday you can still go out, with your friends, eat something obviously good and healthy. And trust me, for example, if you meal prep everything from Sunday, even not only the nutrition, but you can also do your full schedule. And I'm pretty sure you are a busy man, like we spoke about before the previous calls. So if your schedule is busy, and instead of, putting gaps, everything in your schedule and thinking what you're gonna do, so you're wasting time of thinking what you're gonna do. Instead of doing that, have a full schedule of your week and a full meal plan what you're gonna eat. Sometimes what I do with my clients, of course, I set obviously times as well when they're gonna eat because they'll tell me I work in the office, I wake up this time, I eat this time, my lunch is that time, I get home that time, I go gym or whatever. So I kind of know and I keep notes on what they're doing. So when it comes to you wake up that time, we can set up a specific time. For example, you eat the first meal or lunch or, after the gym what you're gonna eat, like how much protein you need to consume. So yes, try to meal prep and prepare yourself for the whole week by Sunday night. So put that as like a night routine. Yes, of course you're gonna go out and eat, of course, 100% everyone does, but just be careful when you eat. For example, try to eat carbs during the week, like small amount of carbs, because that's gonna give you energy for the gym. But when it comes to the weekend, try to reduce that. If you do drink, for example, like wine, for example, has a lot of calories, or even a beer has a lot of calories. Try to have like a glass, for example, or even if you want a soft drink, instead of having a normal Coke, you can have a Diet Coke. So small differences, small little habits that you change is going to make a lot of a difference to your nutrition 100%. So yes, go eat out, but be more careful to the ass. I would say yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? I'll wait one more.
I think I have a question.
Yes, please.
So I am vegetarian and I've been for over 10 years now. And I think my biggest challenge is to actually hit my protein
Hmm.
intake daily. I'm aiming for around 100 a day. And oftentimes when I feel like I need to toe up towards the end of the day, I normally take like a shake, a protein shake or like a protein bar, which of course comes with carbs and a bit of sugar in it.
Mhm.
Do you have any sort of advice on what I could maybe um, alternate on
Yeah.
different days, or
So what
what's
what
your
you
stance
mean?
on it?
You're still hitting your protein targets though, right?
Well, I'm still hitting them, but I don't know
Hmm.
if it's maybe the best way to do it.
Yeah.
In terms, yeah, I don't think maybe the protein bars or the protein shakes are not really the best alternative
Yeah.
to take. Do you have any sort of advice on it?
100% yes. So when it comes to vegetarians, I have a couple of people actually into the program that are vegetarians. I had actually one vegan. So if you're a vegetarian, we had a lot of pescatarians as well, so they used to eat fish. I don't know if you can do that, but I highly recommend Greek yogurt. And I was always speaking about Greek yogurt, get the 0% fat, but actually, I completely changed my mind to that. Have at least the 5% fat, at least have a little flavor, and also it's high in protein. And the 0% fat, the whole things that they're going through is actually more unhealthy than the actually fat ones. So Greek yogurt, 5% minimum and maximum as well. You can eat obviously eggs. You are not vegan, so definitely eggs in the morning if you can. Another one is cottage cheese. It goes with everything and it's high in protein as well. So having like 100, like let's say 22 grams of Greek yogurt, sorry, 200 grams of Greek yogurt, that's 22 grams of protein. Or cottage cheese, having 100 only grams there is 14 grams of protein. Tofu, if you like one, of course, you can get that. Chickpeas is nice. And obviously, we're going to the not foods ones, which is going to be protein powder, as you said, like protein bars and stuff. Another resource that you can eat, which doesn't include meat, will be lentils. So cooked, of course, per 100 of them, per 100 grams of them is 9 grams of protein, and there's a lot of iron in there as well. So yes, highly recommend any kind of food. For example, tempeh, yes, eggs, highly recommend them. Any obviously protein bars that you have. But yes, what you can do and make it nice, for example, you can eat cottage cheese and add obviously some blueberries and a bit of honey, for example, to make it sweet, like as a snack. And that could be your last meal around 8 o'clock. So by this way, around 200 grams of cottage cheese and a protein bar, let's say, that's 24 grams of protein plus another 20 or 15, 20 with a protein bar. That's 44 grams already just from a snack. So you pretty much need another two big meals with less carbs and fats, and you're already there. So yeah, try to do something like this if you're not already doing.
Thank you, Ardit.
No problem, anytime. So Sata, I think you have a question or yours?
I think
Okay.
he's writing on the chat.
Okay, cool. Let's do it then. Oh, did you write it already? Oh, okay. So as an athlete, wouldn't carbs be important, or should I have it in a perfect amount? I would say it's definitely important. Obviously, you're doing wrestling. I met you to the wrestling club. So yes, now that your competition is coming, try to reduce it a little bit. Keep your high protein. Definitely eat some bread maybe before the workouts. So on the days that you work out, like when it comes to wrestling, which is Monday and Thursday, of course. Yes, on those days you can eat obviously some, potatoes, for example. I would say sweet potatoes. So you're still having that sweetness and the carbs, but it's low in carbs, so you still need that. And a bit of a pita bread, for example, or any garlic breads if you do like. So yes, on the days that you're training, 100% eat for energy, but after the workout, 100% increase only the protein. So eat as much protein as you can with less carbs and fats, definitely. But before the workout, give it 2 hours before and eat carbs, of course, just a little bit of bread, of course. Don't like extend it. There's going to be a specific amount. Um, Let me just have a look on this one. So when you come to the competition, because you're going to compete soon as well, February, try to aim around, I would say like 150 to 200 grams of carbs at the moment, but make them as a good carbs. For example, you can eat bananas, rice cakes, honey, mix them together, for example, and again, sweet potatoes and white rice. And in the morning, of course, you can do some oats or you can do again sweet potatoes, for example, like as in brunch after that. And no, obviously itself, but add some meat with it. And yeah, like I usually have the same breakfast every time, oats the whole time. And sometimes when I want a bad carb, I add two of them, which is 30 grams each, so 60 grams of oats. I add some lactose-free milk, less fat, of course. Microwave for 3 minutes. Frozen fruits, sorry, so frozen fruits to cool it down. A bit of cinnamon, and peanut butter if you want to bulk up, of course. I don't recommend it if you want to lose weight. And there you go. Like that's my first meal of the day. So yes, definitely eat some carbs before your workouts. Okay, one more, and then I will leave you guys. I will go with Basha. Have you got any questions? Oh, Luis, you joined quite later actually. Have you got any questions? I think you missed a couple of parts in the beginning. I'll give 30 seconds, and then if not,
Yeah,
yes,
I
please.
missed the first 3 points. Could you quickly go over that for me if you can?
I have a whole video which I'm gonna upload to YouTube, and then I'm
Okay,
definitely gonna send to you. Yes, if you have
all
any
right.
questions, definitely gonna speak in the chat, 100%.
Okay, thank
Oh,
you.
perfect. I know everyone's busy. Everyone had a long day. It's Monday, so please, what you can do is attack the week. And then again, you have 24 hours to message me the word offer to get a full discount here and also keep you accountable and achieve the best shape of your life. So yes, attack the month. We're still January people. Most people already gave up, so you're already ahead. I'm really proud of you and thank you very much for joining this call. And yes, thanks for having me as well. I'll see you in the next one. See you guys there.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.